Hello everyone, APCENT here from Imagine Comics. Today I'm going to give you an informative video on FENIX history. For those who don't know, FENIX is my main original character. I say main because it's the first one and the one I pay more attention to. Andy Cassius is a very smart kid who is really good at inventing gadgets and stuff. After a terrible accident and some other events, spoilers, he becomes FENIX, a superhero, with no powers but with a super suit and many other super tools. He has epic adventures in the futuristic city of Nuevos Aires. The first FENIX comic happens in the year 2175. First of all, I'm going to tell you about the creation of FENIX. Long ago, in the distant land of 2013, I had a weird dream where I was a superhero, and I had this cool suit with flames on it. This suit was pretty different than the classic or current design, but if I drew it in the Imagine Comics current style, it would look something like this. As you can see, there are some clear differences, but the main idea is present. But after I woke up, I thought nothing of it. Fast forward to 2014, I used to draw a lot of superhero comics, like Spider-Man or Batman, like my own, inventing stories or recreating some that I saw in the cartoons, like Spectacular Spider-Man. But one day, I decided to create my own superhero, so I remembered this dream I had, and based off it, I made this drawing. As you can see, it already is pretty similar to the current design. At this point, there was no story apart from that being me. I was FENIX. But shortly after, on the 30th of May of 2014, the official FENIX anniversary, I drew the first ever version of FENIX 1, aka FENIX Origins. In this version, it starts with me going to school and deciding that I was afraid of being killed. So like any normal kid, I created an advanced technological suit with fireball shooting gloves and rocket boots so I could fight crime. That is basically all that happens in the comic. I fight against the first drawing of Megabot ever, and later I get the classic FENIX costume that already has the classic design. And after, I fight against another villain. As you can see, a masterpiece. During 2014, I made many more FENIX comics with more interesting plots and stories that didn't really follow any rules of common sense, so it wasn't that much science fiction, it was more like total randomness and epicness, if I may say so myself. The next year, aka 2015, I decided to remake this one, now known as Origins, in which the story is pretty much the same as the 2014 version, but in actual comic book format instead of one drawing by page and some extra scenes, and with updated graphics. After this version of FENIX 1, I actually started FENIX 2 and finished it in 2016. FENIX 2, A New Menace, is about Megabot and another villain who are recruiting villains to defeat FENIX. But this mean guy says that he is the baddest villain, even more evil than Megabot, and that makes Megabot really angry. So he proceeds to destroy this guy in the villainy audition, but he passed anyway, so he had to accept him. Next act, this triangular dude, the one from before, is creating chaos in the streets, so the squad is alerted and goes to see what is happening. They encounter this dude and they have an epic battle. But after some powerful attacks, the squad defeats him. Megabot, knowing that the new villain would fail, transforms into his giant phase and has an epic battle with the squad's giant mech. The squad obviously defeats Megabot again, and they get a medal from the president. After FENIX 2, A New Menace, I took a FENIX break. Actually, I started FENIX 3, but I never got past 3 pages. And during the rest of 2016 and most of 2017, I took this break. But during 2017, a very important, historic Imagine Comics event occurred. NARF, MEMA, Papada, and I made Artistic Fireplace and Electric Sketches, and after discovering that both groups made original superhero comics, we decided to make a crossover that crossed our characters, Supernature, Starman, Venom Boy, and FENIX, and Aquarius, with Electron, Solarium, Mystic, and Ice Boy. This crossover was called Dimension Crash. We never actually did it, but we started planning the story, and this is the first drawing I made of the two adventurers, Solarium and Electron. From this story we created the elementals and other rules that will later be specified better. Later, during the summer vacations of 2017, about to begin 2018, I decided to start drawing in a different style. The first drawing of FENIX and Aquarius in this style, and also the Synduc squad was created that day. After that, I made some drawings trying out my new style. After that, in 2018, we all decided to officially form an entity and created Imagine Comics, where we combined our superhero universes and created a great multiverse like other capitalist comic book companies, and created a lot of the major events and story points for all of our characters. But to be more specific about FENIX, I decided to redo the complete FENIX timeline. I decided that I didn't want to be FENIX anymore and that I wanted to create an original character. Enter Andy Cassius, a 14-year-old at the beginning of the story who belongs to the Cassius family. Tisak Cassius, who had his first son in the year 2151 during the Fourth World War, but more of that in another video. He lives with his father, his stepmother Benjamina, and his half-brother Julian Cassius, 2 years younger than he is, but twice as cool. They live in Nuevos Aires, the futuristic city that is as big as 4 provinces, or 4 states for you metric system deniers. In this distant future, all the major capitalist countries and continents have either been destroyed, flooded, to the point that its cities underwater, or just many other things. Climate change. And because of that, Argentina took the place as one of the richest and most advanced countries, absorbing a lot of the diseased nations that used to rule the world. The head of this new empowered country appears to be the super genius inventor scientist Craig Megablitz, CEO and founder of Megablitz Tech, the main company that almost seems to run over the city, with it being in charge of the security, health, and militarization of it. In this setting it is in which we accompany Andy Cassius in his adventures and see him grow stronger as a hero and as a person. He makes good friends like Mike and Kiara, and meets new fellow superheroes such as Venom Boy, Supernature, Starman, and the Adventurers. We also see him make awesome rivalries and dangerous enemies like Megabot, Shockpulse, Dark, Hollow, Metallica, Vertal, Irinax, and his servants, and much more. We can see FENIX appear in his main storylines, such as FENIX Origins, that has 10 volumes, FENIX Back Again, under volumes, FENIX Collision, 7 or more volumes, Space Moon, 15 or more volumes, FENIX After Moon, undefined volumes, and Non-Dimension 7 canon stories, and you can also see him in Imagine Comics crossovers, such as S-Squad vs. Metallica, Dimension Crash, Dimension Wars, Last Stand, Aquarius Wars, and many more. Anyways, thank you for watching the video, and if you liked it, why don't you click that red subscribe button, for a confidence boost, and be patient. More content like this and animations are coming soon and can be found at our social medias, so go follow us, and also click notifications if you want to see our future content. Goodbye, and see you next time on the Imagine Comics History. I was your host, APCENT. Goodbye.